The goal for my emergency shelter is to create a shelter where I can get 3 people out of the offending environment in short order because of some sort of issue that came about, whether it be an injury or really bad weather. If I were building a regular snow shelter for camping, I might opt for something different. I want to emphasize that this is an emergency shelter. So my site selection is pretty important here. Whenever possible, I'm picking a slope that drops off, that I can tunnel into the slope, so that also when I dig out the snow, it just helps my process by just falling down and away from me when I'm digging. In this case, I have really good snow. It's snowpack, or wind pack rather, and I didn't have to do anything to this snow. But if I were in a situation where it was really soft snow, I might choose to ski pack the area that constitutes where my walls are. I also want to be sure that it's deep enough, so I will probe around to look for something that fits that description, and of course this is quite good. When I create the door, and whenever I dig with snow, I cut a little bit out and then get larger. You can always make things bigger, but you can't add to snow to make it smaller. So I've made this door pretty small, about the size of where I could put a pack in there to block it off. And then I've come in and I've created a square like this and gone straight out here like this, deep enough so that it's not too wide for my ski. If I decided that I wanted to camp in this, where it's not large enough yet to sleep in, I could dome out the sides and the back here to create a structure that's more suitable for sleeping in. In some cases, people like to carry a guide's tarp that also doubles as an emergency sled. In this case, this is just a guide's tarp, so it can be a emergency shelter, plus it also can be a bivy sack. You can see that this is all Velcroed right here on all sides, so that it can create a bivy sack, okay, if I want. But then if I open it up, it can also create the tarp. And you'll notice that I put some parachute cord on the corners to help facilitate my construction. Okay, so now I have to create the ceiling or the structure that will support the tarp, and I'll be using 2 pair of skis for that. And note, when I dug this, I got my ski out to measure that it wasn't too wide. Okay. So now that will constitute the roof of my shelter. All right, so now I have to put the tarp on. The reason I preset those P-cord on the corners there is so that it made it easy to stake out the tarp with my poles. And actually, I'm too far back, have those more forward, but I'll get those in just a sec. It takes a little bit of adjustment to get the tension right on this. Bueno, if you're going to stay in this for a long period of time, it'll make this shelter warmer. Snow is a good insulator. Most people don't know that. Kind of a relative thing. So the only thing that you can do that can make this nice is if you have a little bit longer tarp, set it up so the tarp comes down over the front a little bit more. Okay, in this case it's a nice small tarp, but we'll put some packs in front of the door to block it in and make it even warmer. And I'm going to bring at least 1 shovel in there in case the wind blows and buries us in and we feel the need to dig ourselves out. One thing to keep in mind is that the guide's tarp is a very, very important component. It can be in combination with a rescue sled or a dedicated rescue tarp, or as I described, the classic guide's tarp. You should be going into the backcountry with some sort of plan and some sort of capability to be able to create something of this order. Seems like you're all pretty comfortable sitting up. How you doing?
Really comfortable. Okay.
Zero wind.
Cozy in here.
To warm up. Yeah. Okay. Wow, the helicopter's coming back. Huh.
Hey, the weather cleared.
The weather cleared. Actually, I didn't break my leg.
Actually, I'm feeling better.
I'm feeling Lots better. So just to recap what we've done here is we have created an emergency shelter to get 3 people out of the offending environment for whatever reason deemed necessary in under 30 minutes.